Russian satellites have rebelled, and the most crucial, Kazakhstan, is the centerpiece of a fast-moving confrontation.
Before there was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, there was Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. Man, this stuff is confusing. And people still feel the need to compare these two series. Please. Now, in the eternal debate between which is better, Call of Duty or Battlefield, I can honestly say I don't have a side. I love both games, and I do something that most people can't seem to do, and that is to not compare the two game series. They are both incredible games that I have put many hours of my life into. And as similar as the two game series seem, they are still both completely different and distinctly their own. This is Battlefield 2 Modern Combat for the PS2.
Our juices ready to roll. Multiple targets hostiles.
Released in 2005, this was Battlefield's first attempt on a console. At the time, Call of Duty was still only on the PC, and Battlefield had just released Battlefield 2 for the PC and wanted to get its console feet wet. At the time, online shooters for the PS2 were, to put it frankly, bad. When I bought a shooter for the PS2, I was buying it for the single player and only dabbled in the online multiplayer. Local multiplayer was a completely different story. Nowadays, I can own a game for weeks and not even touch the single player and only do the online. Unfortunately, there is no online with this anymore, which is disappointing because it was awesome. Just take me at my word. Yeah, it was choppy on the PS2's online, but I had not done online shooting on a console before, so I had nothing to compare it to. The story takes place in Kazakhstan, where every good story takes place, between NATO and Chinese forces. The interesting thing is, you will play from both sides of the story. I'm guessing this is a political statement saying that, in war, each side believes itself to be the moral one. The game has a strong media propaganda statement as well. It is really interesting to finish a mission with NATO, only later to start a mission as the Chinese and see your actions being called inhumane and unnecessary. It is a very different perspective going into each mission, where you are questioning if you're on the good guy's side and what you're doing is just. This is a very different emotion to have in comparison to other FPSs, which are you good, them bad.
Troops on the move! Commence fire! Tighten the perimeter. We're still in contact. Incoming is heavy small arms.
Another thing that is different is the gameplay. The gameplay is like an online Battlefield. You will earn points for things that you do during the missions, such as 3 kills with the same clip, etc. Then, at the end of the mission, your points are added up and you can go up in rank, unlocking new guns and classes. There is also another mechanic that mixes things up a bit. You and your squad mates load up at the beginning of the mission. It is your normal military shooter in terms of controls, but what is different is your entire squad is yours to control and do with as you wish. You start with your guy, but you can switch to any squad member with a simple press of a button. Say you are assault class, but you want to snipe, and you have a squad member in a great sniping position. Just whoop! And now you're in control of that member with all his equipment, while your former self is left for the computer control. This is awesome to do, and really adds a great deal of strategy. It also doesn't make you regret the loadout you picked before the mission, because it allows you to change classes at any time. Also, if the soldier you are playing with dies, you don't have to restart the mission, you will just switch to another soldier, but you'll take a big hit to your points. This was Battlefield's first crack at making console shooters what they are today. It was a great first outing, I thought. If you're in the market for something that's a little different and a little old school, check it out. It's definitely worth your time, even today.
Heads up and swiveling. Target at 11 low.